Hi, my name is Robin Wong. I'm a photographer based in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. I have with me the Olympus 12-50 kit lens. I want to talk about why I think this is an awesome lens. Let's do this! The Olympus M.Zuiko 12-50mm f3.5 to 6.3 was launched in the year 2012. It was released together as a kit lens for the first ever Olympus OMD camera, the EM5. I think this 12-50 is such a marvelous kit lens. It does have some advantages over other available kit lens options for micro four thirds. Unfortunately, it was overshadowed by a Pro lens which was launched 1 year later together with the EM1, which was the 12-40 f2.8 Pro. The 12-40 is a fantastic lens. We're not going to talk about that today, but I want to take a closer look at this 12-50 kit lens. As a budget kit lens, I think it is amazing. This is not a review of this lens. A lot of people have reviewed this lens before. It is not a new lens. I'm sure you can find a lot of this information online. I just want to talk about the advantages and disadvantages of this lens versus other kit lens options out there. Let's start by talking about what I really like about this Olympus 12-50 kit lens. Number one, versatile zoom range. The lens starts at 12mm wide angle. It zooms all the way to 50mm medium telephoto. This is the widest and longest range of zoom for all the budget kit lens options for micro four thirds versus the Olympus 14-42 or the Panasonic 12-32. Both are excellent kit lenses. This 12-50 gives you more flexibility, more versatility in terms of zooming, framing, and composition. You can do a little bit more if you just want to use one lens and start with this one kit lens for your photography. Number two, macro function. The lens has a dedicated macro button. If you hold down the button on the lens and push down the zoom ring, you'll have the macro feature, which allows you to go a lot closer to the subject versus any other kit lenses. It is not quite close as a macro lens, a true macro lens, but it still gives a really good magnification, and this allows you to do a little bit more if you have some close-up shooting you want to do with your photography. You don't have a macro lens. This Olympus 12-50 allows you to go a lot closer. Number three, flexible zooming. You can have the electronic zoom for smooth video zooming if you want to use zoom in your video shooting, or if you don't like this electronic zooming, which is a little bit slow, it also allows you to do manual zooming. You have both choices. Now, a lot of people who use Olympus 14-42, they complain about the electronic zoom. It's a bit too slow in response, but people who use the Panasonic 12-32, they don't have the option to use electronic zoom if they are doing video. If you're shooting video, you use manual zooming, then your video will appear a little bit jerky. It is not smooth. So with this Olympus 12-50, you have the best of both worlds. You can switch between manual zoom or electronic zoom. Number four. Now this is a really good one. This lens 12-50 has a lens customizable function button. There is the LFN button on the lens. You can customize it to any function, any shortcut that you want to control. By pressing the button, you can access the ISO control. You can switch from autofocus to manual focus. You can activate focus peaking, magnification, or anything that you like to customize. I think that function is really useful. The more shortcuts that we have, the more control that we have over the lens and the camera body. And finally, number five, why this Olympus 12-50 is awesome is because it is weather sealed. Yes, although it is a budget kit lens, but it is fully weather sealed against dust and splash. So if I pour water on it, if I shoot it in the rain, there is no problem. Olympus 12-50 is not the perfect kit lens. It does have some shortcomings and drawbacks versus other kit lens options out there. Number 1, size. It is very obvious if you compare this Olympus 12-50 versus even the Olympus own 14-42 Pancake and the Panasonic 12-32. The other two options are a lot smaller, lighter, more compact, and truly portable. Suddenly this Olympus 12-50 appears too large and too long. I admit that for a kit lens, for micro four thirds, the 12-50 is still very small if you compare against any full frame options or any kit lens for APS-C size cameras. But for micro four thirds, we already have the excellent Pancake, truly compact 14-42 and Panasonic 12-32. So if size is important to you, if you truly want to minimize your footprint, you want to carry less, you want to fit as little as possible in your camera bag, 12-50 may not be the right lens for you. Number 2, optical performance. Comparing against, again, the popular two lenses, Olympus 14-42 and the Panasonic 12-32, these two lenses perform better optically versus this Olympus 12-50. In terms of overall sharpness, contrast, and technical flow controls, the 14-42 and the 12-32, they are better than this 12-50. The difference is not significant. You will not be able to see them when you compare the images side by side unless you pixel peep and really scrutinize at pixel level quality. However, this 12-50, if you really pay attention, is not as good. It does have some chromatic aberration, it does have some corner softness, and the sharpness is just not as good as the 12-32 or the Olympus 14-42, and it is worth mentioning because if you already have the excellent 14-42 and the Panasonic 12-32, if you already have these two lenses, there really is not much reason for you to upgrade to this 12-50. I personally believe that Olympus did a lot of things right with this 12-50 kit lens. At the heart of the lens, it is trying to overachieve. Olympus is trying to do a lot with this lens. It is weather sealed, which matches any of the pro bodies, even if you don't want to use a pro lens. Splash proof and dust proof. You can use this in heavy rain or in really harsh environment with no issues. I really love the macro function. You can go really close to the subject without using a dedicated macro lens. I like that Olympus thought about video recording for those who want to zoom during video. They have the electronic zoom option, and a lot of people don't like the slow zooming while taking photographs, and they allow you to use manual zooming for quick response. I think overall this lens is trying to do a lot, and I really appreciate that Olympus tried to fit in all these features and capabilities in this 12-50 kit lens, and I just don't see this anymore in any of their future lenses. Who knows? I really want to see a Mark II version of this 12-50, maybe give it a little bit longer, make it a 12-60, give it a brighter aperture, say f3.5 to f5 maybe instead of f6.3, longer reach, brighter aperture. Who knows, maybe fit in image stabilization, give it the dual IS or the 5-axis sync IS, or give it even better macro, allow it to go even closer. I think a lot of these things can be improved, and more importantly, upgrade the optics. Make it better than what we have on the 14-42 and the Panasonic 12-32, then I think this will be an amazing option, maintaining the size. I think the size is okay, though it's not as compact as the 14-42 or the Panasonic 12-32. I think it is okay. We have all these features, all this capability, weather sealing, and it does a lot more than what other kit lenses can do. That's all I have to talk about the Olympus 12-50. Have you used the lens before? Do you like the lens? Please share your thoughts and experience in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. If you found my sharing beneficial, if you have enjoyed looking at my photographs, please consider buying me a cup of coffee, or you can contribute directly to my PayPal. Links in description below on how you can do that. Any small contribution goes a long way and will definitely help me to continue making videos and publish them right here. Please give me a thumbs up, comment, share and subscribe. I'll definitely see you again in the next one. Until then, remember to go out and take more photographs. Bye-bye.